Okay, time to play another rapid game. We have already played a collie with d4. We played a pierce defense. We're playing a 22-17. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play knight f3 again. From here, again, we could play d4, get into the collie. We could play g3, King's Indian attack, even some sort of Catalan. I'm going to play g3 just to see how it goes. So c6, bishop g2. And again, I have still not committed. I could play c4, get into sort of an English opening. I could play d4, or I could just still continue. Let me castle. And I believe I'm just going to play d3. Now, bishop g4, or should I go c4? Should I go even 95 is very interesting right here. So guys, what I like about this setup is that many people, they're just not really familiar with it. So should I go with that, or should I just play d4? Should I just play d4? Okay, I'm gonna play d4, and the reason being is because when I play this with black, if I play a King's Indian defense against d4, c3, bishop g5, knight f6, and I know confusing because it is opposite color right here, but if you imagine that position, what I play d4 or d5 in that case, and then knight b to d7, rook e1, e4, and in this case I'm playing that, but I'm ahead by one move. So knight b to d2, then rook e1. And guys, when I came to the US, I didn't play for like 3, 4, 5 years. When I started again, I didn't want to play my e4 repertoire because I didn't remember. I was outdated. So I started to play this system as white with d4 after reviewing games by Aronian, and it went pretty well. So anyways, let me just play e4. I'm going to play e4. Now, this is a little bit counterintuitive because after we trade on e4, so pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes, they play knight f6, you have to go back. But it's okay. This is not a sharp position, so it's not a big deal if you waste a move or not. You develop your pieces, and then you try to outplay your opponent little by little. If you're moving up the ladder, you gotta start to enjoy these positions, guys. Just get your opponent into a boring position where whoever knows more strategy and positional chess should win. Up to a certain point, people are just focused on tactics, opening traps, things like that. So start considering that. Now, e5 is very attractive, or maybe h3, candidate moves, pawn takes pawn. I gotta say, most of the time I get pawn takes pawn. So if they didn't do it, why is it that most people take, right? Well, it has to be e5. So I'm gonna play e5, and now this starts taking the shape of positions that we have talked about. Like center is pretty fixed. If I look at the pawn structure, again, it's aiming at the king side. I should be expanding there. c4, interesting, but I think I'm gonna stick to the king side. How do I do it? Knight f1 with the idea of opening up the bishop. h3, let me play h3 just to ask them what they're going to do. If they take, they give me the pair of bishops, and also they help me improve my knight, my bishop, and if they just go back, well, this pawn here could help me play g4 and just expand in general. So what to do? Now c4 is so interesting, even though it's not on the king side. So c4, pawn takes, knight takes. We get a pretty nice outpost here, but they get one on d5. Now let me keep it simple. Just bring the knight around is a typical plan, and I could even land on e3. Yeah, they're trying to hide the bishop. I understand. g4, g5 in the air. Probably not yet. Probably not yet. Now let me improve my knight. So knight e3. Again, I'm not concerned about this bishop getting left behind. We're gonna get there little by little. Now I really like knight g4. Like one of the main reasons why I went here is because knight g4 now, if they play h5, they keep creating weaknesses. But if they don't, then this sacrifice is very, very interesting. Of course, we'd have to prepare it. All right, guys, so let's do it. I'm gonna go knight g4 again. I don't see anything. Maybe f5. No, but then e6 is gonna be weak. So in my mind, pawn structure is telling me king side. I'm bringing more pieces to the king side. It only makes sense. I'm opening up the bishop. I know my opponent is gonna start getting concerned about h6. Lesson 91, we talked about the mobile pawn center. There you go, c5. Again, this is another reason why I tell you study different openings. C5, this is giving me the impression of a Carocan French where the center is locked and then they start hitting me with C5. Also, it goes back to what we've said. Pawn structure for them says expand on the queen side and target the pawn in front, their most forward pawn. So they need to be doing this. Now, C3 comes to mind. I think we'll have to play C3, or I could just ignore it and play something like bishop f4, queen d2, something like that. Yeah, so my instinct says in the French Carocan dispositions, white pieces just play c3. Keep it simple. It's not like they have a lot coming on the queen side. So keep it simple. If they take, you take back. Of course, we have to think outside of the box and even consider, if I go back, d takes c5, but I don't like it. It just get activated there. Okay, so now they move the rook, fine. How about bishop e3 just to develop the bishop, queen d2. Oof, this is gonna be nice. All right, bishop e3. Hey, h5, that's just like they just don't care. It cannot be, this cannot be right. We're gonna review the game after with the engine, but I don't know. Maybe it does work, but I don't think so. Now, the question is what to do. Of course, I need to consider everything quickly or just go back and then try to punish them for playing that. All right, so this doesn't take a lot of time to realize we're not ready for it yet. So we move back. Again, if you look at the king side, we have 5 pieces. The queen could easily jump over. 6 pieces there ready to attack. We have more space. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, b5. Okay, that's consistent with their plan. Okay, do I have anything? Even knight h4. No, knight h4 doesn't make sense. I was thinking like even this move, take, and then my queen is open, but no. Nope. Okay, how about queen e2 to improve at the expense of the pawn, bring the rook over? Is that what we want? So candidate moves, queen e2, queen d2. Oof, even bishop, nah. Bishop f1, bishop d3, nah. h4, g4. Okay, g4, h4, trying to lock that. You know what, maybe queen d2, and then try to go for that g5 square. So those are my candidate moves. I can, of course, look into something on the queen side, but I prefer to focus or at least prioritize my candidate moves regarding to the king side. Now, the main thing here, like I really want to play queen d2, but at the same time, I don't know if it's the beginner in me looking for that trick or idea. Ultimately, if you remember, we had a very powerful lesson on a strong attack idea that we learned in the King's Indian attack with h4. So feel free to check it out as well. All right, b4 in the house. Well, I'm going to go with knight g5, guys. And again, I think it's just too simple. But in my mind, I'm making progress. I'm already bringing pieces towards the king side, taking advantage of that h5, and I'm creating threats. So whatever they make contact here. So if I just slow down, they're going to get to me first. I don't know. We're going to review it after, like I said. But I already like this position. Now, what could they do about queen h5, actually? g6, so ugly. Bishop g6, all right, I get to move again. Bishop g5, bishop takes, f6, it just cannot even be a possibility. So let's see. Okay, and also there's the psychological factor too, right? Now, what if I go bishop f3? Bishop f3, I don't know what other candidate move comes to mind. Like this one came to mind right away, just going for the pawn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. G4, does that make any sense? Nah, let's get the pawn, clean pawn for free. Okay, what if f6? Of course, this is in the air. They take, we take, and then f6. We might just even go back. I think that pawn is ours. All right. Let's do it. All right, I'm not even gonna think about this one, or maybe I do. Bishop d4. Oh, wait. What about? No. I need my pieces here. I want to take back. Bishop c2. Yeah, I was a little bit concerned about that, but that's not going to lead to much. Still, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take some time. Let's take some time. G6. Okay, okay, okay. Wait. Okay, guys, at least we have to spend a few minutes looking into. I mean, it'll be a shame. I mean, it's a shame my king is not over here trying to bring the rook over. We could prepare it, and that's the cool thing about it. I don't think they have a lot going on, so I could even play this, preparing this sacrifice. Because I'm thinking if they take with the bishop, I take with the pawn. So bishop h5, pawn takes, queen takes. Oh, no. Bishop is here. G4 now. Haha. Okay. Let's calculate now. I'm running low on time, so I don't want to take a lot of time. So 1-2 minutes to calculate everything. This is a critical moment. Let's consider G4, bishop takes, even king G2, right? So 1 or 2 minutes. Try to do it on your own. What would you play if you were playing these as the white pieces? Okay, guys, if I play G4, what could they do? I mean, I'm not concerned about this. Fine. If they take H, I mean, this has to be good for us. Now, another idea that I had was, what if we just play this move that many of us could just ignore? Rook AC1, bishop goes here, it comes even stronger. Takes, we take back. So rook C1 first or G4? Rook C1 first or G4? And we get to activate the rook with a tempo. I mean, G4 is pretty forcing. If they don't take us, we take back. Can they kick me out? Nope. All right, let's go with G4. Okay, so this should be pretty easy now. Knight takes, bishop takes. Of course, we need to consider both. Okay. All of this is in the air. Now, maybe king G2, rook H1. Maybe H1 right away. Okay, so they're doing the same thing. There are even ideas with this, so we gotta think about it. Well, 1 minute. I'm not sure how to continue here, to be honest. King G2 seems just slow. All right, let me play Queen D2, guys. Again, yeah, it looks like I'm just looking for little tricks, but I'm thinking now I could move the knight with a skewer. Of course, rook h8 could be in the air, but then f7 becomes weaker. Now, this is a position that you don't want to get low on time. Ideally, we'd have plenty of time to think and look at candidate moves and calculate, but let's see. I'm expecting now rook h8. Yep, rook h8. Now, we have talked about this, I think, more with my private students, but we talk a lot about the point of coincidence of the pieces. That h6 square. So I'm thinking sack and then go bishop h6, or just knight h6 first, and then if they take, I have the discovery as well. Okay, 20 seconds. Knight h6, hitting f7, and we talked about this. Rook left, what changed? f7 is weak, but king takes, knight takes, good. Rook takes, okay. Okay, guys, now intuition is important. We got 10-second increment, not a lot. We take. Okay, they're forced to take back. That's a fact. We got some seconds back. King side is destroyed. Not so sure we can actually get anything going, but it's good to see the king is exposed. So maybe now we move the king, bring the rook over. Yeah. h5, no. Okay, this is in the air. Bishop g5. Rook c1. They move. Okay, queen gets out of the way. Bishop g5. Now, bishop g5, because I don't have a lot of time, but also maybe just try to open up the h file. Maybe just try to open up the h file. Alright guys, this is gonna be a painful game. Painful endgame actually. So we have, my opponent has 2 pieces for the rook. I'm not so sure we could do a lot about it. I gotta get rid of that rook. If I activate this when the other pawn falls, that's just too much. And we have the same amount of pawns. Now it's just a matter of who gets activated first. Bishop b5. Hey, careful. Rook c1. I like that my pawns, most of my pawns are on dark squares, so this bishop cannot really do a lot. Okay, I gotta activate quickly. Alright, I'm gonna go with bishop b5, and I know that I'm playing it a little bit fast, but we only have a few seconds, and this move is pretty straightforward. Okay. Activity. Oof, I'm gonna go for the pawn. Should I go for the pawn or just rook a6? I mean, this knight is not gonna do much. So takes. Now, you know what? Let me go here. Okay, wait. How bad could it be? Pretty bad. Nah, let me take. No. Ah, okay. Pawn takes. This is always open after. Man. Yeah. Time. Takes. Yeah, we just lost the game. Okay, what do we do? Take. Okay, guys, I think this is it. Rook c5. Yeah, why not? Comes with a tempo, b3. Now, I think we should just resign here. It's just 2 connected pass pawns. We know that by itself could be better than the rook. We learned that already. Should we? Yeah, let's just resign. Let's show some respect. And let's take a look at the game analysis. Okay, so, oh, wait, brilliant move. 86%, not so bad. So let's take a quick look. Opening, pretty straightforward. d4. Okay, all of this is theory. Knight b to d2, rook e1, e4. Okay, c4. But I'm gonna go with e5 now. Knight e8, h3, knight f1. c3 was also good, and I know I've seen it before, but knight f1 made a lot of sense. Knight e3, knight g4. Okay, knight g4. Glad to see that it was okay. c5, c3. That we know. Rook c8, bishop e3. Ah, look at this. Bishop f1 was another idea. h5. Look, h5 was not marked as an inaccuracy or anything, so I thought it was going to be worse. Knight h2, b5. Now, b5 was a mistake. They should have taken first. Okay, let me see. C takes d4 and then a5. C takes d4, bishop takes d4, and then a5. Now, let me see if pawn takes. Then knight b6, knight c4. Okay. All right, so b5, h4 inaccuracy. This was the plan then. All right. So it was either d takes c5, queen e2, or h4. And I think I mentioned at some point d takes c5 being a possibility. h4, knight g5. Yeah, 2 inaccuracies back to back. And I really like that move. It didn't feel powerful, but I liked it. Okay, bishop f3. Okay, good. Now, what could they have done instead of bishop g6? Knight g5. So, no, bishop f5, bishop g6. Okay, here we have, look, already over 1 point of advantage. But can we convert? Not so sure. Bishop f3, pawn takes. It goes up to 225. Bishop c2, queen e2, good. g6, g4. Now, how about rook c1? Was this any better before? Okay, there you go. So over here they have g4 as the top move, rook e1, rook a1. So not so bad. We were in the zone. g4, pawn takes, knight takes, g7, queen d2 was a blunder. So this is what costed us the game. King g7, queen d2. Okay, so I should have played. Okay. Rook a to c1. So this is an idea that we had considered before. Knight h6 chose now as the top move. Knight h6 right away. Yeah, same idea. We did it later, but right now we have the same threat. and we don't have to wait for the rook to leave. So knight h6 was actually a very powerful move. Queen d2, knight h6, brilliant move, even though there's no advantage. But oh man, knight h6 is a brilliant move, but it doesn't give us the win. Yeah, it's just that h4 was falling, and at least we stay in the game, guys. So they took, we have to take, bishop h6. Yeah, this is, you see, here I was under the impression that I was better, but it was not the case. Bishop g5, mistake. Rook c1 keeps being in the air. King g2, yeah, mistake. Here we were low on time, less than 20 seconds, so not so upset about that. And yeah, 183. Rook e2 was a mistake. I felt like I needed to eliminate that rook. Rook c1. Okay, check. Oh, it's given, let me see. Actually, point 44 with rook h1, king g7, rook c. Whoa, okay. So look, I was not a fan of this check because I'm just helping them come to the kings. I mean to the center. But it looks like that was the accurate move. Rook c1, a5, bishop b5. So here it's slightly better for black, and it's definitely easier to play for them. Yep. Knight g7, rook c6, mistake, and then knight c4. That's it. Okay, rook c7 turned out to be the better move. If I had taken, then I have to take back on c4 and bishop b1 anyways. All of my pawns were fine except for that other pawn. Yeah, here, this is already 88, so good call giving up or resigning at this point. So there you have it, guys. This is part of the process. Important that we analyze the games after. And of course, I will see you in our next video.